Okay, I'm alive, I guess. I should be. I do have a pulse, and I guess I'm alive. Hello everybody to a new stream. I wasn't streaming, I think, about 2 days now. I blame work, you should blame too. Always blame work. I'm just kidding. But I do blame work. Now, my name is Mario and I'm a software developer. I do that for a living. And I decided to make this series to kind of demonstrate to you how the average, let's say, completely work days in the life of developer will look like. By completely work, I mean I won't be making this. I get out of bed, I go to sleep, and I eat lunch parts. Not in bed with those. With those videos are also pretty good, but this one's we just focus on my work. So yesterday I started this. Let me just open for myself on my off screen or my on screen. My on screen, great. Started this like task examples, like when you're a developer you will be working on tasks daily basis. That's the main way how to the job is delegated to you. You'll have some kind of task management software like Jira, or I don't know, Teamwork is another one that's popular. And what's popular is Jira. You probably look up Jira, and there'll be some tasks there. This is just like example for that task. Won't be like this. I just put kind of highlights with very bad English in some parts. Some highlights how task will look. So you have title, you have some kind of description. Partially will be given to you by your business analyst or project manager, depending who will update Jira. And other part in most companies, especially if you are like let's say senior developer, you will have to go to description, see those tasks that your as a business analyst opens, and open some subtasks for yourself with some specific descriptions. And I've put this in some steps. This is when implementing GVT, and it's assigning going to be me. Spring is this spring. I just going to put the status of another put part of the task, and it's gonna be in progress at the moment. And I just forgot to enlarge the screen. Just a second. Let's go display. Can I find it? No, I need to put more letters. That should be fine. Okay, and identify this should be 2. It is. And just gonna put it 150 to a little bit larger. Okay, that's it. Should probably close this one. Shouldn't be there. Okay, now that's it. And now I'm just gonna continue this. Just for notice, I apologize, but last video is not uploaded. I had some issue with that video. I will upload it on YouTube in later date, maybe even today. This is gonna be continuation of that one, so if you weren't on that stream where it was live, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But let me just give you a brief gist. So I started to implement GVT token. Let me see here, and I implement some steps into generating GVT. Here I'm gonna have my headers, which is gonna be just standard headers for GVT, the token that hashing algorithm was used to create in GVT, and what type is it. And this body, there's two, let's say, two mandatory parts. This one sub. This is gonna be like indicator of, let's say, in my case, it's user. Uh, this is the when Qt was created, and this issued, and this is expiry, which is not mandatory, but I added to GVT because I'm gonna use it for tracking aspirations. And after I just custom data, use the first name as the last name. I could nest this as a nested sub object, a nested object, or in this case, it would be nested array. When convert to JSON, it will be object. But I didn't. I just put it like this to be simple. And now the private key. I got the private key from the file that contains private key that are created. It's a storage. Private file name that's gonna be here. Private key is the JSON, and I just decoded it to be array, and just return a random key from that array, and just took a key. Now just one thing. Yeah, the one thing I did forgot to. I'll get back to that, and that's it basically. If I don't have a key, I will generate them. I use the OpenSSL key, public private key pair. I generated key number is 3 at the moment, so I generated 3 keys. They will have all have ID, and they will have a private or open key. There's a public keys and private keys. Public key is gonna be public available as a well known, and private key is gonna be stored somewhere on the server. Now just I mind another thing I didn't do, I will do that now. And this is like store public key or store private keys. I'm gonna store them in the post public in their expected directories. The store public key will store on public path file name well known. It's a public keys file name. Here we go. Yeah, it is. So it's gonna be slash well known. I'm gonna check my slashes here. I didn't put slashes on the beginning, so they should be here. They are, and they are okay. That's it. And we're just gonna store them, one in storage, second in public directory to be public accessible, and that's basically it. That's when this GVT does. And this key is gonna be generated only if they don't, if for the private keys not doesn't exist, so only once, and every secret time, so every next time this will gonna be skipped because this won't exist. And just forgot to add this one into git ignore. I will add it when it's generated. Actually, I can add it right away. So this is storage path keys. Because I don't want to put private keys on the GitHub. You shouldn't either. So nothing that's private should be ever put on GitHub. Even if the directory is private, it shouldn't be there. You put them manually, either manually on the server or with some kind of deployment, or you basically generate them to the project like I'm gonna generate this right here, right? So basically credentials, service accounts, any kind of keys, especially private keys in application to communicate with other APIs, and like this signature keys that we can generate here, none of those should be ever on the GitHub, even private or public. Should never put them there or put. I mean, private GitHub should be theoretically fine, but why have private stuff in multiple places when you can have them all only on one place? In this case, on your server, which is always secured more than GitHub basically. So always put them on your server, never go on GitHub. Not even if you work in a company where you have like special in-house GitLab, so GitHub's probably a bit more secure than the, let's say, publicly available GitHub, but still don't put them there. Okay, so I'm just gonna put storage dash keys here in my git ignore. Where are you? You're here. So I'm gonna put just storage slash keys. It's not there yet, but it will be there. So that's going to my git ignore. Alright, now let's just do things I mentioned that I skipped. I need to add key here, so this is gonna be just returned like this. No, but and this is not going to be string now, it's going to be array. That will have key. I forgot. That will have key inside. Why is this red here? Let me just check. Oh, it's not. It's this one. We have key inside and ID inside. And I need to put ID inside the GVT, so whoever decoding GVT can know which key to use because I have 3 keys, not just one, and they're identified by their own IDs. So let me put this one into header. Yeah, basically I'm gonna put it into header, and this is gonna be custom ID, key ID. Let's call it key ID, and I'm going just to call them with get private key. I'm just gonna use this one a little bit earlier, just there. this one, and this is going to be key. No, I don't need you. This is going to be key, and this is gonna be from, I think it's key. I think I call this key. Let me just check. Get this ID. No, it's ID. Okay. Now it's ID. Yes, and the second one is key. And here is going to be key, and index is going to be key. Why are you doing that? That's so new. Okay. This should be it. I think that's the only thing I forgot. Except this git ignored. Right, and this is basically now I'm gonna generate my GVT, and I have two more generators here. I have code generators, we're gonna generate code instead of token, and I have simple token generator, which is gonna generate one string of random characters basically. And now I need to make them interchangeable in my project, because one of requirements here, system must be able to switch between different types of keys. This is my requirement, right? Different type of tokens in my project. This is one of the requirement in my project. So I'm gonna integrate that requirement now. So what this means, let's say your client wants to be able to change from key to code to from the simple token to code to GVT. So he will do that often, or let's say not often, but relatively regular in his public application, in production. So basically you need to have system implemented that will make this switch extremely easy to do. And we're gonna do that now, and I started doing that. I think I went here to repository. I apologize. It is a weekend after all. I'm kind of in a bit of lazy mode. Okay, I started doing that wherever there is my repository. There should be somewhere here. There you are. Here. And I did implement the interface here. The token generator interface should be somewhere here. Here we go. And now I stopped race time, because I need to make this parameter some kind of universal, because all my token generators will implement same interface, but my GVT needs only user to generate token, and my other tokens will need also length and no user. So I need to kind of make this contract universal, so all my tokens can implement that contract. And actually I was planning to do that with some kind of DTO, but I realized that maybe implementing something called visitor pattern here will be way better. So how I'm gonna implement visitor pattern? Well, I'm gonna go to my generator interface here. And here I'm not gonna pass the user, I will pass length. Type basically I will be needing, because type will be added to my object. Let me just check again. Yeah, type is set, so I'll have type. How I'm gonna do this? Just go to my interface first to define here. I'm gonna delete or no, I'm gonna leave length, and I'm gonna just here. I'm gonna put user token and user token. So basically, I'm gonna pass the user token to my generator for the generating the basic token. And now let's go to my user token repository, and here in generate I'm gonna put this one last after I generate everything else. Now I have user token. Basically I'm gonna set everything I need on that user token. Type. Most important one's gonna be type and user itself, which basically I will need to put some properties of that user into my GVTs. And here I'm just gonna pass this user token. Alright, and I'm gonna pass length, and it's gonna be whatever length I can get, and this I can get from, why am I putting it like this? Did I put something wrong here? Yes, I did. Okay, and I will need to, this length is going to be now user token constraints, get length, and I'm just gonna pass type here. Alright, why same with this one? Let's just do this. Okay, this is alright. I need to put that on mine. I didn't put it in here on generate. Now this is not gonna be optional parameter anymore. That's now required parameter. And just put them here and here, and go back to my generators and GVT. I will have here the user token. Type is not necessary anymore because type is set, and integer like this. Now I need to put this user token to type. Is null, never is gonna be null, so I can just remove this one. It's never gonna be null because it's always gonna be set to token. So I need to remove this if condition. It's now user token. Now I can just okay, I'll just, yeah, I'm gonna extract user here. User equals user token to user, right? That one. And now I can just here user, and this is gonna be user to type. User token to type. Because now I have user token here, and that's I think all. I even didn't need to extract user here. I'm just going to user. Oh no, I didn't. Wait. Why did you put? Okay, let me just do it. Extract it here. I can actually start it here when I need it. So I'm gonna start at the beginning. I'm gonna start it here when I do need it, and it's gonna be here before I use the body. All right. Now I have everything. So user is some token now, and type is user token type. And basically I just passed to token now here, and when this token is returned to the token repository, right, and then still put null generate token. I will have token with all other parameters, with token parameter, in this case set. That's why it's called visitor pattern. Basically what visitor does, you temporarily borrow your object that you're working on to add another service, which does some declaration of that object and returns it. I mean, doesn't need to return it because it's object. And that's it's on second service, and then you keep using it in the first service. Basically, that's in a nutshell what visitor is. Of course, can be used in more complex to solve more complex problems, but that's a nutshell about what visitor actually is. And now I just put on all my other generators. Not use it. Great. Nice job, Mario. You freaking. I can say that here, but yeah, you know what I wanna say. Use a token and integer. Now it's not actually nullable, it's required. And basically, I need just line here. This is a token just scams because it's coming with an interface. That's fine because other generators need it. And it just line here, and same is gonna be with my simple token. I'm also gonna use only length. Alright, that's it. Now all my all of my token generators are set and ready. I'll just do some cleaning. If I continue, I don't need user anymore in any of those. And simple token, I already did code. Yeah, this one that still have user. Okay. Always clean a code when you can, right? That's something often with developers, myself included. I was put myself in the first place there. Forget to do, especially when you're coding in, let's say, PHP in Python, for example, when you have like gazillion module imports somewhere, and you're definitely gonna forget to clean them up. Fortunately, in PHP, there's a nifty little library called CS Fixer. You can install and run, and we're gonna clean your code for you. So before you don't deploy, just run CS Fixer. I may actually do it here later. And PHP stain, which I won't do here because I had nightmare for that one. Uh, just install CS Fixer and do fix before you deploy anything, and this automatically fix your code from any unused lines, and also will do the, let's say, indentations around the code formatting in sometimes in a strange way, to be honest. But it's basically something you gain much and you lose a little bit. So it's very economically it's a very sound library to use, and that's basically it. Now, making this interchangeable, I already did that, but I will show you. It's very easy to do. You just use this token generator interface and you bind generator I'm going to use for this. I'm currently gonna bind my GVT generator because I'm gonna test it now. And just a second, only place when I actually inject this is inside my repository, and I inject it to the interface. Now whatever I set is gonna be passed as a concrete for my contract or for my interface, right? So currently I set the GVT, this is gonna be GVT. If I change it to code, this is gonna behave as a code generator now. And all other logic is the same because there won't be any specific logic for different type of generators. And that's it. Now it's time to test this puppy out. I'm gonna test it with some simple stuff. Let's reset password because now all the functionalities with tokens will have GVTs. I expect something to fail here, it probably will, but let me see. Because I didn't do GVTs in some time, I kinda do this from the top of my head with some basic layout for GVTs. So I expect something to fail, but I'll see. First, let's just open GVT.io, which is very useful library for testing GVTs. And to get some simple, let's say, payload and simple structure GVT, all GVTs need to have body, need to have a header, and it needs to be, actually it doesn't need to be signed, but it should be signed. Okay, and that's it. And now I'm gonna test here when I generate one. Apologies again. And I need to go now here and just run my project. I'm using Laravel Cell for running my Docker containers. It's neat thing. Laravel has its own Docker manager, which is good. Basically, it's the only framework I know that has his own Docker manager. It's not some big advantage because Docker is relatively simple to use and manage. Biggest advantage here with Laravel's Docker manager is that it has its own Docker file, and that comes as a biggest advantage. Not this Docker compose part, which is what Cell basically is. Some make file there mixed into the soup of called the Laravel Cell. Nifty part is the Docker file they include, because Docker files is, let's say, most time consuming part of building Docker configuration by yourself. All the things are pretty easy. Okay, so that's it, and now let's generate this. Try it. I'm gonna try reset password. Let's see, where is my reset password? It's a magic link. Again, magic link. Login. Reset password. This is consume the token. This is send token. So I'm gonna use this one. Body is gonna be my main remover, which is my user. I think I didn't change anything there. Let's just quickly check this. Go to the Docker. One more thing, if you wonder how to connect to the MySQL database or MySQL server that runs into Docker, it's very simple. Let me just show you. Open connection, not open connection. Ready to go, Mario. It is Saturday, so yeah. edit connection. Okay, so all the Docker containers run localhost, right? So all you need is connect to localhost and to expose port that's connected to a port inside the Docker container or mapped to that port. So expose port in your local machine, that Docker part your machine, and you put your username and password for the well I always use root user if I can, and that's it. And this connection will work then. Of course, port mapping is your Docker Compose file. Let me save is my skill. Here we are. Where are my ports? Come on, here you go. So I mapped 3307 to 3306, which is standard MySQL port, but on my local machine I like to leave standard ports always open because I do run locally MySQL server and do run locally Nginx, so I like to leave those ports open. And then I always map to something else. So this is 7 and this is port to I connect here, and to this port my local machine connects to the Docker 3306 port, which is basically standard port with MySQL exposed, right? And that's it. That's how this flow works. So you can basically create a connection to Docker database that's Dockerized in the same way we create to any database on localhost. You just use the mapped port here. That's it. It's very simple. Same goes for everything. Basically, you need to connect inside the Docker from outside. Redis will be the same if you ever need to connect it from outside for some reason. It will be the same. You just need to connect to mapped port, which in this case it's same. I run local Redis at the moment, so I use same ports as here, as same machine as is inside the Redis container, and that's it. Now what I wanted to do before this little exclusion into the configuration and open it again. That was like instinctively. Check my users. Yeah, I have two users now, and one is Remote Tempest, one is Remote Tempest 1. Anyways, slime. That time I got the character as a slime, or slime can, how you call it, or slime kun would be technically better to say because it's more correct to say in Japanese like that. Your thoughts, share them in the comments or maybe here on stream if you are here. So the slime anime, one of my favorites, but yeah, give me your thoughts on it. Okay, so yeah, I have my user. It's here, so let's just use this user. I'm gonna use the user. Yeah, it's user. He wants to be used. Nah, I'm joking. Okay, so let's try. I'm expecting some of it generated to fail. Send false. Alright, I need I need to debug this. That's why I love with Python. You can just print everything to console. Let me see. Maybe we will say something like, yeah, here you go. Implicit parameter length as nullable is depreciated. That shouldn't be the error. It is the error. Seriously. I guess I left it nullable somewhere. That's an error. No, that cannot be error. It has to be something else. This can't be error. It's depreciated, which means it shouldn't be error. Let me just go and debug this. So let me start from my reset password send link. Let's catch the flow. Reset password controller. That's not the one. Reset password. Send reset password. This one. Alright, send out email. I'm going to this one. And I'm doing catch here. Yeah, that's why I'm getting this. I'm just gonna dd here exception. I'm gonna call this e. I'm just gonna dd e to message. All I need. Okay, now let's try this another time. If something mapped inside here, I will just see it. If something printed to std out, I'll see it there. And let's just do this again. Now I have my exception. File exists. Okay, you won't print me line. Yes, you will. Thank you. Base controller. Why base controller? What? 26. Alright, the base. Again, what? Now you just put, I need to trace get message, let me do this, and add to get trace as a string or get trace. Let me just do get trace to see what will happen. Okay, let's do this again. Alright, now I have my trace here, which is neatly formatted by Laravel's DD, which is great. Okay, so let's see now what actually happened. Token repository, okay, I need the last one, GVT generator 85 is the last one. Okay. Alright, oh, so is directory. Storage path keys exists. I probably generated. Yeah, but I don't want this. Well, actually, I do want this flow, that's fine. This is kinda imposed for some reason by PHP, PHP Storm to do it like this. I don't know why. I wouldn't do it like this, but Storm says, which this will be error if I don't, so I just do it like this. So this is storage path slash keys. Let me just find it. Oh, it does exist. And it's when did I generate it? I mean, this is good. This is fine. It should look like this, but when this was generated? And if you generated, why you still asking for it? Maybe first time when exception was thrown, it was thrown some other part, and this was generated in the process. I will delete this, but I have some other issues here. Why are you going there if it's already generated? Let me go my generator quickly. So if no file is the okay. Storage path keys, private keys, file name. Oh, you generated public, but you didn't generate. No wait, you did generate it. Why is it well known in the storage? Let me just check this. Public keys, it's a public key basically for private keys, stock public keys, and this is here. This should be in the public part. Okay, so private keys. Alright, now I get it. I use the public file name, so this as a private file name. Private keys. Now this should work. It should be keys slash well, how do you call it here? Private keys JSON. No, this should be fine. Yeah, that's fine, and this should be fine. And now this should work and shouldn't generate duplicates. I need to just delete all of this because I need to do it again. Alright, now let's try this again. Another error. Geometry generator 45 JSON decode. What did you throw? Okay, so GVT 45. Let's see what happened here. So it's now these two parts should be fine. Let's just check keys. Private keys to JSON. Oh, they were here. There's a okay. Yeah, that's fine. There's a private keys. That's pretty fine. And let's go with public keys now. This should be in well known. In semi-public directory. Here we go. Here we go. And I have my keys here. This is not JSON. It doesn't have to be. It's just because I will pick this up. Maybe I should put this as a JSON also. Yeah, probably should put it as a JSON. Because if you read this from the let's say JavaScript, you'll basically read the JSON object from this. So yeah, this should be a JSON. So let me just again delete both of those and let me generate everything. Yeah, refactor, and let me generate everything. Alright, and now I'm gonna open my terminal again, and I'm gonna put this as JSON too. But it should be JSON. I did put JSON encode here. Printf JSON encode. Yeah, I did. I don't know why it didn't put. Oh, right, because it's not JSON file. It is JSON, but it's not JSON file yet. That I actually jumped to the conclusion there. So let me just now again reproduce this error and let's just continue debugging. Okay, I reproduced the error. Now I have my files, and now I'm trying to get the storage path private key associated is true. And this JSON decode showing the error. I don't have it because I didn't catch it. Let's just try this, try this, try this, try catch. I think it's gonna be something like mail formatted file, but let's just put this here. I'm gonna catch it. This is gonna be should be JSON encode exception, but I'm just gonna catch any exception I get here, and I'm gonna just again dd this time I just need a message, I don't need trace. Alright, and let me just now redo this. Syntax error, yeah, it's invalid JSON because it's not JSON, yeah. But I can put well known as a JSON. I could actually put a JSON file. Let me just check something. I don't want to put well known as a JSON file. I'm just gonna put it like this because I should have to name it JSON then. Just go my local host. I'm on port 8000 and something. 8080. Okie dokie. Now let's do 8080 slash dot well known. I don't think I should have to use public. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I could do well-known.json. That will also work fine. But I kind of want to avoid that. I don't want to do this as a JSON file. So let me just try. Let me see. This shouldn't be syntax error. This is JSON. Just is not a JSON file. Let me do some debugging here. Why are you gray here? You shouldn't be gray, but okay. Let me just do this. Storage path key set private key as a file name. Yeah, how my mouse? My mouse doesn't have inside today. They same as me, so it's a bit lazy. File. Yeah, this is not Python. This is PHP. You need to put like $signs before your variables. And I'm gonna do it like this. And now just gonna give file name. Actually, no, I won't. Then content equals file contents file name. Just flags. No need flags. Okay. And I'm just gonna dd these contents here. See how the dd function of the Laravel is gonna recognize this. And let me just. Why did it change this? Here we go. Send. It recognizes this as a string, which is great, and this is JSON formatted string. Now, let's say, guess is that this is causing the issue. I'm making it more formatted. Okay, now let's just do something like this then. I'm gonna do, I'll again delete all of them and I'm gonna regenerate them. Let me get storage keys, also delete. You see when the storage keys is also orange because I put them in the git ignore. They won't be pushed on the docker. On the GitHub repository when I push the code up, which is good, they're gonna be generated in the production or whenever environment they are separate from these I have in my local development. Well, yes, this probably causing the JSON the code to fail. So here, when I'm storing the private keys, this JSON encode when I'm generating them, not storing them, generating them. I will also base 64 encode them. Private key, right? I'm just gonna base 64 encode that key too. And then now I should have content here. Now if I base 64 encode it here, then I need to decode it where I'm gonna use it. Get private key here, file name, key. So this is gonna be private key ID will stay, but key is gonna be base 64 decode now. Key of key. Because if I encode it, I need to decode it. And that's it. Now this should work, and now this should be v64 here, and this error now should be gone. Let me just check this. Yeah, now dd. Now that's the long base64 encoded string. But yeah, now I have v64 here, and now syntax error should be gone. I hope. Just remove this here. Now this should be gone. Let me see, will it be gone? No, it's still there. Why it's causing this to be malformed as a JSON? It's possible that it's problem with the file name itself. Let me just call this the JSON, and let me see if this was my. It shouldn't be problem with file name. But let me see what is to solve the issue. Just again, delete this, and let's call this the JSON. Well known that JSON. Let's call it just this and see what this solve the issue. Shouldn't solve it, but let's just test this and then eliminate it as a problem. After we test it. Okay, let's do this again. Didn't solve the issue, which means issue is the content itself. Okay, now let's I need to just wait. I will just rename this back then and call this the JSON again. Now why are you having syntax errors? I did JSON encode it here. When I put it inside, let me check. File contents, private file name, JSON pretty JSON thrown error. This pretty print. In here I don't need pretty print in my private keys. So let's just remove this. I don't need this pretty print here. In my private, I need it in public, but in private it's not necessary. So I just throw this an error. Here I don't need them in my public keys, I need pretty print, but in my private ones I don't. And let's try generate them, maybe this will. Why this is changing this? This is not the issue. I'm trying to get it from the private, not from the public, right? Yeah, brown. Where you go, Mario? Yeah, private file name. I'm trying to get private keys and public keys. So this actually really doesn't matter if it's JSON or not. Alright, let's just delete this and let's do it again. I see mosquito. Here in my parts, I mean it's better now, but here where I live by the river, and oh boy, mosquitoes were a problem. This summer, past summer, even summer before this was good. With us it was good, but before there was time when if you go at night, open on the street, you'll be in the literally swarm of mosquitoes in the seconds. It was you have to keep moving all the time. If you're gonna get like done, beaten like multiple times. Just move. Remember when I was a child? That was I have tons of cream on me. I was like white ones. I mean, white for cream. I'm white, anyways. I make cheese here. Cheese made like how it's called cheese something. I don't know exact in English how it says, but yeah, we go when you go all white on the beach, you are cheese something, cheesy cheesecakes, cheesy something. Anyways, yeah, I'm that. I need more sunshine. Okay, I deleted this and now I'm not gonna print it. Maybe the print is choosing the syntax errors. It's not meant to be used for decoding, so maybe it's causing it. I'm not sure. I'll try it again without this, and if it's still there, I'll just code this, and if it's still there, comment this. If it's still there, then I'm gonna debug exact JSON and try it in some of online formatters. Okay, now let's try this again. Again, syntax error. So it wasn't. Let me just check the JSON. Okay, now it's a JSON file, and now it doesn't have any pretty formatting. It doesn't need it, and I can't even get it. Okay, let's just copy, and let me just go in some of the formatters and inspect this JSON code real quickly. Which one I like? This one. No, actually I don't like this one, but it's alright. Let me just use it, maybe it'll be fine. That's a huge JSON file. Okay, let's validate. Okay, let's format beautifully. Validate please. No, you won't validate it for some reason. But it looks fine. So opening brackets, it's fine. This is fine, fine, and fine. It looks fine. I don't see any issues here. Then I'm sure I'm getting syntax errors from the. Let me try the other format, the one I actually like, and that's this one. And this is the process. Yeah, it's valid. It's fine. Alright, so it's not problem with JSON. I'm getting file is fine, and yeah, this is okay. Something else causing this syntax error. Here. So this is still throwing the error, right? Am I doing this correctly? 52, yeah it does. JSON decode, storage path. So the same name, private file name. Associative true, depth. Why you flagged out? Why you grayed out? That's something I'm really concerned here. You shouldn't be grayed out. I mean, diff depth is 512 by default, but it shouldn't be grayed out. Let me do it without parameter, without assignments, and 512 here, depth, and show an error. Let me just try it like this. Maybe it was issue with that. No, it wasn't. Okay. Let me just inspect the JSON again. But yeah, inspect the JSON is fine. So why were you throwing this error? Hmm. Okay. Yeah, nothing more I can do with file. I validate it basically. It is valid JSON. It is valid JSON. I mean, it's not a big file, and you can see this is valid JSON. So that's not the issue. For some reason, I'm still getting syntax errors here. Maybe it's file itself. Let me check. But no, it's not. I'm just getting contents from that file. Oh, right, right. No, actually, it's fine. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's fine. Alright, but yeah, I made one mistake here. I know what's the problem here. Shukri1235, thank you for the offering of the votes. I don't need them, or viewers, I don't really need them. But, I mean, I do need viewers, but I do need, like, offers to get viewers. If someone wants to watch the stream, you're welcome to come and watch. But thank you, Shukri. Have a nice day. Okay, so I know what the problem here is. Actually, JSON decode needs to decode a file. Now, when I think about it, I provided the basically path to the file, which won't work. That's why I get a syntax error. I need to basically put file get contents here. Let me just then to be more readable. Let me just actually here. I'll just put this one here. File get contents. Here, and this is gonna be file contents now on the JSON. I'm calling just JSON here. um, JSON keys like this, and now I need to decode it actually actual file. I apologize, it's gonna be this one. Now should work. And I need to fix this. Actually, this is only place where actually fetching the files. I don't need to fix anything. And I will leave pretty print here actually, because this is not causing the issue actually. So I'm just gonna leave just a pretty print because it looks prettier. Actually, no, I won't. I don't need it. I won't leave it. My basic file here, I won't be looking at it. It's just gonna be used by the code, and I don't need pretty print. And well known is gonna be looked by somebody that pull it, maybe. Not necessarily, but maybe. So I'll just leave pretty print there. Okay, so this should be it now. Let me just recheck it. Alright, this works. Now I'm getting some other error. SQL. Oh, it's too long for the column token. Oh, no kidding. Let me just increase the token, because GVT is a bit longer. I need to go to this one, to the tables, and use tokens. Let me just increase the size here. So token varchar, but it won't be now 255. Let's put it up to 1000. It should be more enough characters for GVT. What's the error? Alright, you can go more than that. Let's try 500, but I think this could be pushing it. This should be pushing it with GVTs, but let's give it a shot. Why not? Okay, so yeah, I passed. Okay, I mean 500. If you're using this in production, use longer than 500. Try max. I'm not sure. 3,702 bytes. I'm not sure actually. It's about 700, 800 characters. Basically, try the max when you can be virtual. If not, just go with small text, right? Go one up. Don't do something like this in productions, because if you get GVT that's again longer than this, you'll have a very bad time in your production application. Extremely bad because everybody uses tokens, so it will be basically to crash the application down. So don't do that, something like this. I didn't do this for example, but if you're doing production based application, uh, use small text here or even text. Okay. Okay, so now I should have my token here. We set passive token, and this now should be GVT. I cannot actually look at it, but yeah, it should be GVT. Let me just copy paste it here. This is the newest one, right? Today, yeah, that's from today. Let me just copy paste it and paste it to here, to my GVT IO to test token. Let me just paste it here. Yeah, everything I need is here, including the ID, and now I just need to sign it. Just do base 64 decode online, because I need my private keys to my public keys to basically check the signature, and I need to decode it. Okay, so let's go to take one of my public keys now. I will go back to my well-known actually here. Alright, and I need to get exact one that is specified by ID. So my ID here is 69117, and my well-known 69117 is this one. Okay, okay. Let's now check it. Decode it. And I will get my key. I need everything here. Okay. And let's go back on the EO and secret. Clear it and paste it. And it didn't do some kind of refresh this. Let me just, no, I can refresh it. But if was some, oh, I can do this with B64 too. Let's just do it like that, then don't need to trouble myself with that. Here, copy all. Invalid B64 string. Now, why invalid? Just check decode it and try like this. I got my owl, clear this. It's gonna be UTF-8 and try this. Signature verification failed. Now it should be this one. 69117. It is 69117. We just try something very quickly. I'll just mute my screen here to try something. Let me guess. We go here, here, and here. And try it here. And use this. And now I go back. Yeah, you have running commentary, but you have no idea what's going on, right? Ah well. I know I just copy this. Yeah, where to go, Mario? Where to go? And here and this. Yeah, it's not the same. Maybe I should do it like this. Just a second. Maybe this will work. Click again. No, it won't work. Let me check. Maybe I need to. Alright, right. Is that the issue? No, it's not. That shouldn't be the issue. That is the valid one, and that's fine. Invalid signature, fine. Let me guess. Try one more thing, and then I will open the remove the. Be right back. Just want to try one more thing off screen because I'm not using my private keys for something, so I'm just gonna try this off screen. And go to B64. Yeah, that's of course won't work. Fine, I'm gonna try one more thing before I remove it. Return this, put it here, and go decode, and use just these parts. I think I already tried that actually, but I just try it. I think I need a different type of signature, which is not offered by EO. Yeah, it will work. I need a different type of signature. Before they did offer to use SSL signature like I'm having here. I mean, it's SSH signatures. Now they don't anymore for some reason. They have only basic default URL and GVT. Okay, I can go back live now because I'm not using my private keys anymore. So hello, here again. I can actually decode it here for some reason. I mean, I can decode it, it's fine, but I need to be able to sign it to check the signature. So this is code, and this is my well-known. For this, this should be the key. So this should work. For some reason, I cannot use it here in IO. Well, because they don't support SSL signatures anymore. SSH signatures anymore as used to. But I don't see support anymore here, so maybe that's problem. This UTF-8 should be fine, but it's not. Yeah, so I need different encoding for this to work as a base 64. I can check this one, but I won't be reading this one here on screen, definitely, no. No, I won't be reading this one here. Okay, let me check. Basically, this is the one to use. Let me just see. Maybe I can try use it in my code, not here to decode it, unverified. So let me try this. Okay, let's go back to my code. And create a script. I mean, I could, but I should be able to do that here. I really should be able to do that here. But I'm not not. They used to have here in this drop down. There used to be SSH option, and then I can just pass my public key here, and this will be verified. Basically, this token is fine. There's nothing wrong with the token. As you can see, you can get all the data from the token, so token is all right. But why this part is important? The signature. Theory is not. You can use GVTs without signatures if you want. They will work. But signature is important if somebody that consumes your GVT wants to verify that this GVT came from your backend, yeah, from your application. So if somebody takes one of these secrets, they will be able to sign it. Basically, check the signature that's is used to sign this GVT and check that the signature is valid. And if signature is valid, like it should be here, if they support SSH, still support SSH, saying the signature is valid, then they know that this is a valid GVT issued by, in this case, my application backend. So they can freely use the data there, they know the authentic data. And that's why the signature is important. GVTs can be used without signatures, they will work. But this is why the signatures are important. Let me just try this verify GVT with SSH key with SSH line. Let's do this one. Yeah, but I have any way to verify it. Only this one. Oh, great. So basically, this one should work with SSH. For some reason, it doesn't for me. I even tried private keys, which shouldn't be used. No, no dice. Let me just see. This is my private key. Of course, I won't be showing you that. Just maybe it's different key. I mean, let's try all keys. But it shouldn't be different key. You cannot see my entire secret key, so it's fine. Decode. This is public key now. Let me try different keys. I'm gonna try with F8. And now, and try it. No, that's not either. And now I'll try the last one. Let me try this one. Okay. Now let's delete this and try it. No, no, it's not. Or you can't use it to verify it, or for some reason the keys are wrong. But it shouldn't be. Let me go back to my GVT itself. Generator. Now this is the good example of how when you use some project debugging project that you thought it will be like half an hour work ends up being 2 hours work. That can happen, unfortunately happens quite a lot when working on projects as a developer, but that's fine. It's just a part of the job, I guess. GVT generator. This is, I can remove this because now I'm not gonna use it anymore. Just I'm not having extra code. Now let's check this. Okay, so these are fine. Just check this encode method here. Apologies. Alright, so this is keyed. Yeah, I can actually use that. You just do. This is not the issue here, but let me just I'm gonna do this. I will just actually use. Oh, no, right, not here. I'm gonna use this as a key ID. And I'm gonna use basically this one here. and I need to put this manually because now it's gonna put automatically inside, so I can just remove this from header. This is now causing the issue here, but yeah, I can basically put this one here, that's fine. No, this should be fine. The jack is GVT accepting base64 or plain text. Let me just go back to Firebase GVT PHP, and yeah, I need this one because I'm sure this key should be on already in code. It's in the encode key. What's key looking like? Example key. Well, you helped me a lot here. So it uses blade base key, which is fine. Encode payload private key and AS256. Alright, I need to use different algorithm. Way to go me. I should need to specify the algorithm for AS hotkeys. Oh, okay, so it's this one now, different algorithm, and let's use this self2 algorithm here. Alright, and this is also self2 alg. Now I have this issue. Now let's just redo this. I'm just gonna remove this from my database to not don't have too many tokens at this point, and I just need to redo everything including generating keys. So again, I don't know how many times today, delete. Alright, and refactor it. Why do I always close? Alright, that's why I close terminal. And private keys also delete and delete. Alright, I basically used the wrong algorithm. I didn't even look that I specified different hashing algorithms. I need to specify this if I'm gonna use SSH keys. And right, and now everything is the same. Now this should be fine. I mean, I could use this one, I could use also AS512 if I want to. Just different type of encodings. It will generate longer keys, which I won't do with my 500 length voucher in the database. Okay, so let's do this again. Now I need to send a token again, everything needs to be generated again. And I have error, of course I do. Of course it's too long. Yeah, I will have to use. Let me just check my keys now. Again, they're here, and my well-known should be fine. Yes, they are. Yeah, it's too long again. Let me try I think it's around 800 characters maximum, but it shouldn't be for some reason. If it's here, I won't look into it. I will just change the field, and that's it. Let's do a contact varchar here. Apply, yeah, course, then okay, I'm gonna use just this, change it to be a small text. Long text, medium text, let's call it tiny text, not small text, tiny text. This should be fine. Okay. Without key length, okay. So I need to put the length in tiny text. I don't know why, but I do. I shouldn't have to put the length here. Okay, let's just do tiny text. Let's do 1,000 characters. Yeah, I can't, of course. I can't change it like that. I should be able to change this to tiny text. Just remove everything from here. This is very bad if I to do this in production. That's why it's always to have the good way to create your fields. Do it basically right before you deploy anything. Otherwise, this will be nightmare in production. But in development, I can just delete everything. Gonna be fine. Finish. Let's try to do this now. No. Com token is okay. Specified specification without a kill end. Let me just check this. Real quick, I'm gonna Google this just to check what this actually says. Alright, but let me check one more thing before I do that. Cancel. Let me go to indexes here. Yeah, right. Token is an index, that's why it's showing me this. Probably. I just delete this index. Yeah, right. And do this. I think that may actually work now. Apply. Yeah, now it works. So basically text key cannot be indexed. That's basically what we're saying here, and it's true you cannot use text fields indexes in your database. I just remove this index. I mean, I index it because I was searching by tokens always. You can see my code always fetch by token. It's string. That's the medicine. So if I have like 1,000 even more tokens, the search will be a bit faster. But with text fields, I cannot use indexes. So yeah, it's fine. Now it should work. Still no. Alright, I guess I will change it again. Check now, is it text, right? It's text. It's a tiny text, so let's just go with standard text then. Let's go with medium text. Let's see what would that do. Okay, now let's do it again. Now it worked. Alright, let's just check this beast of a token now. Okay, let's go in value editor. And let's go text. Okay, it's decent. It's not too big, but it's decent. Okay, so let's try now to verify this one. And put it here. Yeah, okay. Let's get it on it again. And now I need to put this here. Public key. Now it's Casper. Yeah, now it's fine. Or GK. Now it should be fine. Because now it recognizes the algorithm, and now that's why it offers me different types of decoded. And now I should just use my public key here, newly generated ones, and let's see which is kid. Kid was the kid. It's the kid. It's the baby. So let's call it the Billy the kid. The Billy the kid is 693321. So let's find this Billy the kid in Venom. And with all my joking, I actually forgot for the rate 69321. Okay, 69321. It should be this one. And let's now again GVT decode it. And let's just use this, and now this should be fine. Yes, it's signed. Alright, and that's it. So issue was in the wrong algorithm. Basically, I used the SSH keys, or this is RSA based algorithm, but I encoded with the SSH based algorithm, which is different encoding. and that was the issue. That's why he couldn't assign it, right? Different wrong algorithm. So I changed algorithm to the right one with this type of signatures, and it worked well. Worked well after that. Now this key is fine. Other the entire flow on the part of the flow will work exactly the same. So now I can just use this, call this with this token, and basically I will reset my password. So that's all the parts of code will work same as they were before with simple tokens. With GVTs, you don't have to use that kind of basically. GVTs are not supposed to be used for as a tokens with sending emails, in verifying emails, setting password, any type token that's used inside the user's email, because they can be marked as used. It's not possible to mark it without some kind of storage to mark the GVTs as a used tokens. That's why they're not really suitable for stuff like that. But they're very suitable for transferring authentication information and authenticating users, and that's their primary usage. They use this some kind of. There's actually an example here on. I just check it here. This is basically what they use mostly. This is single signed tokens out to out zero server. That's what they basically use. Uh, as the tokens that transfer informations about user, and they can be also used. They can be used as access tokens also. I mean, because they do have expiration tracking. They also more frequently use something called ID tokens, which basically GVTs are. They are transferring the informations about the user, so they are ID identification tokens. But to make their life simple, they often use also as access tokens at the same time. That's okay because access tokens don't have a used. They don't have to be marked as used. They can be. If you want to invalidate all tokens, the use flag is the best, simplest way to do it. But you can also just put the basically that token's expiration to some past number, and it's gonna be expired. That's why it's okay to use this as access tokens, but to use it as let's say email tokens, like I use this here in my example. This is in my database. This is basically set password token. I use this because I just want to use unified tokens in my system. It can be used as that. That's fine. With this combination, when you have also database entry for it, when you can mark it as used, that's perfectly fine. But generally, they're not used for that. They can be, but they're not usually. They're just usually used as ID tokens or as access tokens. And somebody else uses as a refresh tokens. But basically, it's okay, but not necessary. But there's no harm done if you use it like that. Okay, so that's it. Let me just show you quickly how you can easily switch to another token type. So as you can see, I have here requirement easy switchable. So let's say someday this is production now, and someday client wants to comes to us and says, "Hey guys, I wish to now. I don't want to use GVTs anymore. I don't like them. They are like very bad. They're not, but clients are clients. They're very usually not very technical persons, so maybe they think they're bad. And I want to use codes now, which of course I use codes for my everything, not tokens, just codes. Let's say okay, no problem. I prepared for this. I powered up for this. I'm like Super Saiyan 4 now. Well, I do have long hair here. Maybe I could be Super Saiyan 4. I need to buckle up more though for that. Okay, never mind. Okay, so now my client has a requirement to switch to codes. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna switch to codes now. And thanks to my implementations, I can do this implementation. I can do this very easy. I just here switch to code generator, and that's it. Now my entire application gonna scale, and it's gonna use codes instead of GVTs. And let's just check this. If this works fine now, I'm gonna use just again with reset password. Okay, so let's do it. True. And now let's just see how this looks like. Let's go to my database. Basically, it's easy. Actually, I can go to my mail catcher. Let's just do the mail catcher this time. Mail catcher is a very good, very nifty library, or yeah, library for basically the debugging of mails. If you don't want to have, or you can have live implementation like uh, AWS, SQS, AWS or SaneGrid, for example, it's very popular where I work. So yeah, this is the latest one, I think. I can already see this is some kind of code now. Right. So this is not only token, now it is a code, but this is kind of too long. Let me just check my database quickly. This is too long of the code. Yeah, I do have code here, but why is this long? Let me check the length of the string or number. Next, some kind of, there has to be something. Yeah, this is hit. Let's just accept and paste it. 90 characters long. Okay, that's not correct. I need to inspect my code now because this is too long. Let me check. Code generator. What did I do here? Start. Alright, I know what's the issue. It's this length of the token. Because, yeah, okay, because I need, if I want different codes, I will also have to change lengths here. This is the constraints. I have a length for this is reset password token. It's 50 characters. No, this is yeah, there are 50 characters. When this put in this generator, code generator here. Go back to my code generator. So I will get 50 here. So it's gonna be from 1000. So the repeat 0 length minus 1. So it's gonna be 50. It's gonna be 49 here. This is a lot basically. So 1 and 0s, 49 zeros after that. Okie dokie, that doesn't sound okay, but it's fine. And now it's going to be 50 of the 99s, so this is going to be some very large numbers. And this is 19 characters in length. I guess it's kind of changed. Wait, it's gonna be true. Okay, this kind of like number I can do it in my head. Is 1001 and like 59. It is 59, right? Let me just check this again. Constraints, here we go. Yeah, length it should be 50. Alright, so it is. It's 149 zeros after that, and this is 49 nines, and this is like some extremely large number. Let me guess, check, this has 19 characters, which could be, so it's from, no, it's actually too low of the character numbers. Let me just debug this very quickly. Start the end to check something. Did this stop? I think I got it alright, but let's just do it like this. And let's do this. And let's just preview it. Yeah, it's fine. And now let's see length of this string. Inside this one, it's 50 characters, it's fine. So from this one to this one, and this actually shouldn't be correct string then. actually before starting and now this is gonna be 50 characters string and max 50 characters string, so this should have code of 50 characters here because it's gonna be between these two strings, and this doesn't look like a character in this length. Okay, let's do it like that. Yeah, now this doesn't look, it's exactly the same string, which is theoretically impossible. So why do you put it here? I didn't see it. I can now PHP cannot see anything. Let's check this. Code equals this, and I'm just gonna dd everything here from start to end. That's supposed to be it. Min max, yeah, that's basically it. Min and max, and let me just dd everything. Let's do it as an array, so be a little bit more readable. Let's do length 2, let's do start, and let's do end. Alright, so I'm gonna dd everything, and let's now check this. It's the same one. Five. Okay, just do this. F5807. 5807. Start is this, and is this. I just do it as this. It's casting the integers here, but it shouldn't make any difference. And integers, alright, and let's do this again. Alright, that's the problem. Yeah, okay, I get it. It kept them, right, because the max number of bytes and the integer can be used is some, I don't know what exactly is, but it's some specific number, and if I do this, it's just gonna keep them to that maximum number, because there's a max number of bytes that integers can occupy the memory in PHP, and if that's exceeded, then this will happen. And let me just try not casting to integers here and see what happens. But if it's max number, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be cropped too, but let's just try this, and then I will just basically if the length, I will just do conditional logic to prevent this kind of type of behavior. Just check. Yeah, that's exception. Alright, now let's just prevent this. I'm gonna leave this as it is. Now let's, I don't know which is actually largest number in PHP, but let me check it. Largest possible number PHP. Get random max. I don't need that. There has to be the largest number PHP can put in the memory as an integer. Okay, casting to integer. Largest number PHP. Okay, let me check this one. Yeah, okay, which means maximum number is, actually I'm running the 64-bit system. Yeah, alright. Alright, now I got it. So this is the maximum one. It can be, let's see in bytes. And now check this in bytes. Or I can use floats, but yeah, that won't work for my in my case. Let me see. 32-bit system. Alright, it's basically 32 bytes. Or 64-bit system, it's 46 bytes. And let me check. I didn't use bytes much in PHP. PHP cast to bytes. Cast integer to byte. Let's just say bytes here. More disagree. Cell to econom bytes. So this kind of functions at the goal. Okay, let's just not complicate this now and use the simple one. So I'll check just if it's larger than this number basically. I won't cast it to bytes, I'll just check it's larger than this number because this is maximum in 30-bit byte system. Okay, let's just check this number to bytes online. Okay, hex conversions, fine. Binary. I don't need hex, I need the integer. This won't work basically, but let's just try it. Oh, it will work. Alright. This one, basically this one. Yeah, okay, I will just copy to this, so this should be fine. Yeah, okay, I will just use this one. It should be fine. It should be less or equal to 32 bytes implementation, but it's fine. Let's just use this one then. So if leg greater than, let's say I will do some number, because I know which I will get the maximum one in PHP at the moment. I couldn't create an algorithm that will calculate that, but that will take time, and I won't do that right now. So I just use this one here and get length of 10 characters. That's fine, and now I will just cap length to maximum 10 characters for the code, which is basically fine. Codes are rarely longer than 10 characters, so this is fine. Let's say length. Why is this now? Okay, I will just leave it. Length greater can be equal just greater than 10. Then it's basically just 10, and else it's gonna be length. Right. So this is just put this one as constant max length. Equals 10. Okay, and it's gonna be private x. It's a x length, it's not max length, it's a x length. It's not even length, okay, never mind. Self max length. Now it's offer me the rename to. Alright, this one. Picnic. Self max max length, else it's just length. So it's less than max length equals max length is gonna be length. If it's greater than max length, it's gonna be max length, and this will couple length to the 10 characters. And now let's try this again. Now it should actually work. Yeah, now it works. So it's from, I don't know which kind of, it should basically 10 characters. So let's just check this length quickly on this one. I can just count it, but let's just do, where are you? Oh, I'm there. I'm looking tabs, but I mean, yeah, it's instant character strings, so it's fine. Okay, so I kept the length of the code to 10 characters. So if now again this can be changed with single switch. This now will still work in service provider. So I change code generator, will still switch to code generator, but if this is set to more than 10 characters, then you will just keep it to 10 characters, right? And that's it. And now I can generate my code. Now this will finally work correctly. JSON send true, and if I check my mail catcher again, I will refresh it, the first one, and it's now 10 characters token. Yeah, it is. And that's it. And now I can also switch it back to simple code. A simple token generator here, and if I send the mail again, and I can catch my mail catcher. I can check my mail catcher here. Refreshed, and now it is the code, right? It's a simple token, right? And also it works. That's it, basically. That's all from GVT integrations and from the switching between different types of tokens, with basically changing the single concrete to the token generator interface. I will leave those because it's possible I'm gonna switch them back, so they need to be imported. And that's it. Maybe just now when you're done with all, maybe some code cleanup. No, I guess I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave it like this. This is fine, and this is it. Now this is how to generate. You generate the GVTs and how can GVT be actually used. How they should not supposed to be used but can be used, and I'll also explain why they are widely used in the. They are widely used with the single sign-in systems. It's basically the best way to implement authentication if you do single sign systems. Single sign systems are widely used in microservice patterns because you have one microservice that generates tokens and handles authentication, and that microservice is going to generate GVTs. They're going to pass to other services, and the services from GVTs can easily get the user information they need without have to query that information from the that authentication service, or even worse, from the database. So that's why GVTs are very good. Basically, that's their strength. I guess I would say it's the strength. Okay, that's it. Now for the next part, maybe I do it later today. Now I won't because I have to go take some. Well, finish my coffee, then take some to eat. Maybe I can stay here and then finish my coffee. But there's nobody in the, fortunately, in the chat, so I don't have anybody to chat with. But I'm drinking my coffee. So what drinks you drink? If you, while you do your coding, what's your favorite drink? I like to drink coffee, unfortunately. I'm kind of coffee fueled, coffee addict. I drink like 3 coffees per day, so that's not that much. And they're not black coffees. I don't like black coffees. So they can maybe show. No, I can't. Caramel is too low. This is like lots of milk in there. I like to like drink lattes and stuff like that. It has a lot of milk in them. I don't like black coffee. I tried black coffee. It was I don't know. It's a basically probably need to get used to taste like for the coffee. I don't think anybody likes the taste of coffee. Black coffee when you try the first time. I apologize. I have phone call I have to take. Apologies, I'm back. I have the phone call. I had to take. Yeah, this is it. This took a little bit longer than expected because of all debugging, but in the end we got everything to work. And now I also mention it in my earlier streams. Maybe not that on camera. Okay, my earlier streams. Now I'm open to suggestions for the next streams. I have something planned, but I plan to implement avatar upload. This is something that most applications use these days, and probably general file upload. It's something also that most applications use for mostly for images, but files, contracts, I don't know, some kind of let's say notices, vacation approvals, and stuff like that. Basic documents that need to be signed and uploaded, stuff like that. Also widely used, most widely are images for the upload files, videos, of course, music files and stuff like that, and see something similar. I'll start with avatar upload. I'll probably extend from there. That's the next one. After for that, I will implement the probably gonna use the AWS S3 bucket because it's most widely used storage in the world at the moment. I may try something else. I'm gonna try actually Azure is not free to use. I think they have free trial. I can check. Maybe I'll try Azure. I'm not sure how the storage is called there. They have also their own storage system. Maybe I'll try Azure too with AWS. And then I'm out of ideas. I do have some things. I have features I can implement, but from that point on, it's going to be business logic. And for business logic, I'm open to suggestions. So if somebody actually watching this, what do you want to see, right? What do you want to see to be implemented? I'm open to suggestions, and just keep in mind it needs to be web application related. So it has to be for web apps. You cannot ask me to I don't implement. I'd use example. I would use this example, graphic user interface in Python, right? Like I won't do that here. This is backend, so also only backend features. Later I may use some. I may do some front end. After we're done, that will consume these APIs. Then I'm do also some JavaScript, probably vanilla JavaScript. I don't. I'm to be honest. I rarely use the frameworks for frontend. I usually just use vanilla. I don't know why. I kind of like vanilla JavaScript, so I use it. Of course, if you're gonna be a front-end developer, you have to learn the framework. I'm a mostly backend developer, and I use front-end when I need it. And for my purposes, the vanilla is good enough. I do know some a bit of, I do know React, a bit of React, so I can use React. But I liked vanilla, so I'm stick vanilla for now. And that's it for today. As always, was nice to streaming, and hopefully I'll have some more people to chat with in the future. I really hope. And but for now, that was it. And thank you for watching this video. In that case, this is gonna be on YouTube. So thank you for watching there, because if somebody was in the stream, I don't know, I apologize. Thank you for watching if you were here, because I hide my viewers. I don't really started my viewer account. And that's it. Thank you for watching, or thank you for watching stream, or thank you for watching the video if you're watching it on YouTube. See you in the next one. Like I said, if you don't give me any suggestions until then, I'll do the avatar upload and general file upload. That will be maybe today, later, by later in my time zone, which is UTC plus 2. I'm in Croatia. So this is UTC plus 2. This will be probably around, if I do it, I cannot, it's not set in stone. But today is a weekend, and I am no lifer, so no going out in town for me. As my nickname says, I'm forever alone. So it'll be like 8 p.m. maybe, and that's UTC plus 2, so you can calculate that in your region. I think it's like minus 6 7 hours. I'm not like sure for US, and plus 8 hours I think for Japan, for example, and everything else is somewhere in between those two. So you can calculate for your region, and join me. Tune in if you're interested in seeing how the file uploads are done in Laravel. And this is not just in Laravel. All these patterns you see here you can implement in any programming languages, because I'm not gonna use Laravel native libraries most of the times, because I want to implement everything as a separate feature that stands at its own. Of course, I could use libraries to be much faster if I use libraries, but I want to build it in a way that any feature can stand on its own, and in the way that this can be reproduced as any other programming language or any other framework. Maybe the same language, you can reproduce this Symfony, this for PHP, or you can reproduce this in Django for Python, you can reproduce this in Rust for C++, or in the Spring from Java. Basically, you can choose different frameworks for different languages, and actually produce this logic. It will work, just syntax is gonna be different. In some internal libraries, for example, you will use GVT for Python, which is actually Firebase is basically the same in any language. Instead of Carbon, I use this for datetime. I don't think Python has any noticeable datetime libraries. You can just use the native datetime for Python, for example, and so on and so on. Thank you for coming again. I will finish this now. I talked way too much. Thank you for coming, and as always, if where you are, if it's a day, have a nice day. Rest of the day, have a good one. And if it's a night, well, good night and sweet dreams. And see you in the next one. Bye.